Victoria has come up with an interesting idea, and we'll debate this in the show tonight, whether or not a new tax is the way to deal with mental health, because that's exactly what's going to happen in the state of Victoria, and Andrea Crothers has the details about a new tax to deal with mental health.
Chronically underfunded, woefully unprepared.
It is the weak point, the failure point.
A scathing assessment and...
Everything we have heard has confirmed that poor mental health is pressing yet largely ignored health crisis in Victoria.
The Royal Commission's 680-page interim report found 105,000 Victorians are missing out on specialist care. The crisis overall costing the state $14.2 billion annually. The government promised to implement all 9 recommendations. The recommendations include 170 new acute mental health beds, boosting the number of mental health professionals by creating more positions and funding education, creating an Aboriginal social and emotional wellbeing centre, boosting outreach and clinical support, and a new revenue source.
There will be a levy, there will be a charge, it will be ongoing.
Just how much this tax will cost is unclear. What is known as a major redesign of Victoria's mental health system won't come cheap. The Premier estimating the levy will eventually raise between $500 million and $1 billion annually.
Well, isn't that cute? The Victorian government, because of the excessive, endless pay rises they give to public servants, has seen their state budget go from surplus to deficit of, guess what, about $1 billion. If the money goes directly to mental health and they can prove that every dollar goes into a special bank account, well, OK. But can they prove that? Or is it just going to be a levy that will be placed on every single Victorian household and will go into general revenue for the Premier then to turn around and give some of it to mental health? We've seen this before, the taxes when it comes to petrol, the taxes when it comes to the emergency services. This money is always promised as being a levy that'll go just to one thing and one thing only, but it ends up going to pay rises for public servants. We'll debate that in a moment or two.